The title of his presentation, Growing Digital Leaders, hashtag I Can Help. His 6-word bio, life is choice, it's not chance. Everyone please welcome Matt Soeth. Matt, here's the
Thank you. How are we doing? Today is a big day, and I know it's a big day because my mom sent me a text, and in that text she used her first emoji. Even more impressive, it's the 33rd anniversary of her 29th birthday. This is a big improvement from where she's at. First off, I want to do something here really quick. I haven't seen everyone. I have David's here, you, Michelle. I thought I saw Mary Alice if she's here. If not, come on down. I want to try something really quick. Come stand on up. So this is something we like to do. We've been doing this for a while. This is in our school. So this is a rock. Written on the rock is the word you, because you rock. Right? That's the collective life. So thank you. So you don't necessarily need these rocks. So right now let's kind of practice that. There's someone sitting next to you. So on your right, on your left, or behind you. If they're not next to you, make like this much effort and give that person a high five and say they rock. 2 people right now. Pick up. Rock.
I want to run around the room. Hey, you rock with us. Hey, you rock with us.
They've already spotted the overachievers. Why do we do that?
I can't help it.
You effectively just participated in something we call PDA, Public Display of Appreciation. And that's something on our campuses, the schools, and classrooms does not happen enough. We don't do enough on our schools, in our work environments, to really let people know that we value them and appreciate the work that they do. So what do we try to do? We try to grow digital leaders. Now this crowd, my background, my co-founder Kim, we're leadership teachers. And so everything we do is about student empowerment. It's about giving kids the tools they need to make events and projects and service and everything else happen on schools everywhere. Okay? And what exactly does that do? Well, here's how we started. Our first project came about a few years ago. Someone made a fake page about a teacher. If you've had this experience, the best way to sum it up in any middle school, high school drama. It was up for almost 2 weeks. It had over 1,000 followers, and they're like, "What are we going to do? What are we going to do?" And one student came forward and said, "I know who it is," and turned him in. We got the page down. And the student, the comment that was so just honest is, "Well, I wouldn't want anyone to treat me like that. Why would I let it happen to someone else?" A year later, someone made a fake page about the same teacher. 0 followers, and the page was down in less than 45 minutes. And the comments are incredible. Seriously, this is really mean. You better delete this. Okay, it's on Google, I can find it. Kids, over 30 of them went on, were commenting in support of the teacher and reported it, enough of them to get it taken down. Okay, that's the digital leadership. By giving kids the tools and empowering them to take action when bad stuff happens, and knowing that they feel supported in that, gives them the ability to actually do something. Gives them the ability to take action without worrying about what's going to take place. So what is student leadership? It is student-led, adult-advised. Now this part's important. It has to be student-led. Because if the kids aren't involved in the process, if they're not doing the work, like they know, there's so many top-down structures where we disseminate information. Statistically, we know kids are going to connect with other students 7 times more quickly than an adult. So the more we can do to train students and the tools that they need and the projects and give them the framework, the more successful it'll be. Now, the one piece that always seems to be missing is the adult, the advisor, the guide. Okay, because there's always a little piece of accountability. There's always a piece in there where the adult can step in and be like, "Okay, what'd you forget? Run me through the process. Let's hear about your planning." Okay, and hold them accountable to that. I'll give you some examples here in a little bit. So students as part of the solution. One of our favorite phrases we refer to is students as digital first responders. If something bad is happening online, they're going to see it first. And how great is it that if you have a team of students there, and they're online anyway, right? And they see the stuff, and then they know what to do. Okay, that they can report it, that they can tell an adult, that you have a culture on your campus where they trust someone enough to be like, "Hey, I just saw this thing, what should we do about it?" Or, "Hey, I need your help, we need to handle this." Or even more importantly, contacting their friends and say, "Hey, I saw this." And getting help around getting stuff reported. We do that a lot through the hashtag. Okay, this help in the cloud, and that's the adult, that's the advisor role, that if I report this, if I say something, I'll be supported. Here's a fake page that was made about a young lady, And again, if you look at the comments, this is terrible. She's amazing. She's my best friend. Your words are hurting. And notice the use of the hashtag. It's almost like this shield of saying, if I put this on here, I know other people are going to see it. Other people are going to feel supported. Like, I can comment on this, and no one's going to judge or come after me. Like, I'm part of a team. I'm part of a group. Okay, I'm connected to something. And in some of them, you'll see they even tag us on there. They'll tag us on the bottom. This one on the right, that's not nice. She's really pretty, nice, need to call her that. She is who she is, which is a great person. Okay, over here, thank you. I found a fake account and we got it down in less than an hour. So we come into school, we do one assembly, have one conversation, and all of a sudden they're going down, they're taking down pages. In some cases, pages that have been up for a very long time, because all of a sudden, like, wait, I can do that. Like, you told me I can do that. Let me go see what I can make happen. Well, how do we do this? So a few things on these pages, which becomes very interesting, is I know we've taken down around 300 pages, multiple platforms. Okay, harassment's not like it's universal. And so in all these pages, we know about 300 we've gotten removed. We know there's a lot more that we've never even heard about, because by the time students tell us, hey, this is happening, the page is already down. It's that fast. And so having that network of communication when these pages popping up, knowing that kids trust us enough to contact us on social media and feel supported, knowing that they trust their friends enough that when they see the hashtag, they go and comment on that, they've built up their own little network. So now they're taking their digital citizenship, they're taking their learning, and they're bringing people with them. They're creating these online causes, and they're spreading that knowledge and pulling people and using that influence. Where this is huge on school campuses, one of the arguments that we use is that if it's happening online, it's happening on your campus, you're just not seeing it. It's embedded in the school culture. And as soon as you can create a culture of kindness, and that's why the success of the first page, because we've had conversation with the students about this teacher. We've had conversations about how you treat people and why. And as soon as they had that conversation, when it happened again, the kids knew exactly what to do, they knew why to do it, and they got their friends to kind of join them in that cause. They were empowered. What are some things that we do? So on the left here, you'll see it's called a compliment wall. You can use 3x5 cards, you can use Post-it notes, but kids will write compliments on there, and you can come up and just take one. If you need a compliment, come get it. Sometimes we'll do what's called a give a compliment or get a compliment. So students, if you're having a bad day and you need a compliment, you can take one. If you want to give one, you can write it down and put it up there for someone else to come and grab it. The Unsent project, this one on the right, Heritage, who's hiding out back there. Yeah. Heritage High School did the Unsent project. It was just a massive project to show appreciation. They can come in and write thank you notes and thank you letters, and they would collect them throughout the whole week. Notice they're color-coded because that just looks awesome. And then on Friday they would deliver those. And it became a project. They did this 3 times last year. They've already done it once this year. And again, it's these types of things. It's amazing when it's done for the campus. One of our favorites, we're going to publish it again next week. On the bottom left here is Bristow Compliments. 2 middle school students who are tired of the negativity on their campus and decided to start a compliments page. Last year they had over 1,000 posts, completely anonymous. What's interesting, in the interview we're talking why they keep it anonymous. They said, well, friends accused us of trying to be popular, and they accused us of trying to just thank our friends. We didn't want them to misunderstand our intentions, so we stayed anonymous because we wanted to compliment people. And so every day they'll go through randomly on a Friday, who hasn't got a compliment in a while, and they'll put it out there. It became so popular that they actually have already picked 2 7th graders who are going to take over the page and continue it on for the next couple of years and keep this going. It's become that important. One of my other favorites, I was at a school recently, and it kind of rough. They definitely had some issues. And after the assembly, 2 ladies came down and started talking and said, hey, we're having this problem on our team, and we're not really sure what to do. And we just talked for half an hour, how to have their next team meeting, what are some things they can take care of to resolve some of the personal conflict and drama. And so they went and had a meeting, and out of that, they came up with the idea that they're going to start just random acts of kindness and keep a journal. And 3 girls every week would be responsible for doing these random acts. They come in and share it. And if you look, they're not complicated. Wrote a teacher note and complimented someone, held doors for people, told someone, I don't know, happy birthday, complimented someone's art. So it's not like they're spending money and buying gift cards or, like trips to France. Like, it's very common everyday stuff. By the way, you can buy me a trip to France. Anyway, so everyday stuff. Well, this became so popular, the dance team challenged the other athletic teams on their campus. And then that became so popular, the coach went on to Twitter, and she proceeded to challenge all of the teams in their athletic conference. And so now you had something that started very small. At one school, 1,000 students, and now it was growing up to not only the community, but into that geographical region, because you have all these athletic leagues and these teams around there. And it just started with the simple decision that, we're just going to start doing these random acts, and we're going to check in with each other, write them down every week, report out what we did, and how that made us feel and why we like it. And quite possibly one of my favorites, Humans Loera, a school in Southern California, a little over a year ago, started this post based off Humans in New York. And what's brilliant about it is it's run by students. So they decided that they were going to go and take 2 photos and get 2 stories every single day. So one student takes a picture, she wanted to be a photographer, the other one wants to be a journalist, they would write down the narrative. And they go home at night, they write it up, they do the photo, whatever touch-up things they need to fix. They would post the 2 photos and narratives from the day before. They would go into campus the next day. They would hand the narrative and the photo to the student they just finished talking to and said, hey, this is what we're going to publish, this is what we're going to post, are you okay with this? Yes. They would then interview 2 more students and take their picture, go home that night, post that photo and that narrative, and then work on the one for the next day. And they did this for the entire school year. And it got to the point where they had staff, they had alumni, and it just continued to grow and became a thing for their school. And what's amazing talking to the advisor and the students is they had no idea how much of an impact it was going to have on their school culture when they started it. But if you look at this story, this young lady right here, she talks about her dad passing away. And the dream for her was to go to college, but he wasn't going to be there. And when she walks across the stage and when she shakes the principal's hand and she gets her diploma, she's going to look up and he won't be there. But she's going to feel good. Even though she's sad about that, she knows that she's going to go to college. She's going to fulfill that dream. And what's even better is if you look at the comments. The heart emojis, the kissy faces, the high five hands, everything else saying, we support you, we believe in you. And this is an entire school. Know the story, know the person. Coming together because they're sharing stories. And this is what makes social media so great in this respect, because it's real. Real, authentic stories of things that are happening to students on their campus. And that is a huge disconnect. So I got something for you guys right now, because we've had a lot of conversations. I've kind of shared some examples.
Technology hates me.
Right? Please don't ignore.
I'm working on that Phil thing, guys.
I just got ignored. All right. So we have some of our students, some of our awesome advisors, kind of around the room. They all have a card, and they're going to pass these cards out to you. And on these cards, it says hashtag I will help. So here's what we know. We know you can help. All right, so for example, most of you, if I said, can you sing, you'd say no, but I'm sure there's many of you who've been accused of singing in the shower, your car, or somewhere else. So yes, you can sing. I didn't say good, I said you can. What we want are people who will help. So if you have a pen or need to borrow one, however you want to do this, what I'd like you to think about now is what is something, when you leave here today, when you get on a plane tonight or tomorrow morning or go home to your family, your work, your school, wherever it is, what is something that you are going to do? What is something that you will commit to? And it could be right now, it could be in an hour, if you may want a little time to think about it. I'm not saying you need to go start a web page or anything crazy, but a simple gesture. And then once you have that, part 2 of this challenge, you need to tell someone. There's the accountability piece. See, Humans Loera was great, but I guarantee you there's more than a few days where the advisor came up and said, look, you kids said you're doing 2 posts every day. I'm not seeing a post. What happened? You committed to this. You're going to do it. And I think we all need that accountability. I think everyone has that lack of follow from time to time. Because again, life happens. You have kids, family, you get sick, flights get canceled. So either take a picture of it, put it online, and tell the world this is what I'm going to do, or give it to a friend and say, hey, in the next month I want to accomplish this. Please make sure that I do it. But what's something you're going to do? Write that down on the card, and then tell someone, give that to someone to make sure there's some accountability so that you follow through on that. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you guys. You're awesome.